What's going on, guys? Detached here, and welcome back to Destiny. We had some pretty awesome news dropped just a little while ago from Bungie about the faction rally, so let's jump in and take a look at what this is all about. Well, guys, we are very soon going to be seeing the faction rallies, and the latest this week at Bungie's newsletter gives us some very cool updates on what to expect for the faction rallies. They will be starting on September 26th at 2 a.m. Pacific. You are going to be able to volunteer your services in support of your favorite faction, or the one that holds the loot that you guys most desire. Now, Tim Williams, who is the senior designer over at Bungie, stepped in and said, here's what to expect from your faction rallies, and gave us a little more detail of what this is actually going to consist of. He says each of the factions of the towers having a rally to collect resources for its cause. They're recruiting guardians to gather supplies for their faction and destroy enemy resources. Their offer is going to be a suite of rewards to help the guardians rise up against these enemy threats. And as a bonus incentive, each faction has set aside a very powerful weapon to entice those players to choose their faction. The faction whose guardians collect the most faction packages will be declared the winner. The winning faction will offer the weapon to everybody, but all who pledged loyalty will receive it with a very hefty discount as repayment to their contributions to their faction's cause. Now, one thing to keep in mind, before you can actually go pledge your allegiance to any one of the three factions that are coming, you first must reach level 20 and gain access to the tower. You will only be able to pledge to one faction per character. And as Destiny 1 was, we also are getting Arak Jalal back from Dead Orbit, we've got Lakshmi 2 from Future War Cult, and we've also got Executor Hideo from the New Monarchy. I'm very curious to see which one you guys pick, because we all have our beloved factions, and everyone that I know was pretty loyal to the factions that they enjoyed. My favorite was definitely Dead Orbit. So curious to see where you guys go and which one you choose. Now, Bungie says that once you have chosen your side and the faction that you are going to go with, your mission will be to return to the wild and complete activities in support of your faction. You can do everything from public events, you can go explore lost sectors, you can go farm strikes, you can clear the raid, or even go compete in the Crucible. And as you complete these activities, you will be rewarded with faction tokens that you can turn in for packages full of loot. So from a rally standpoint and a quest, it is going to be pretty cool to see the tokens and how they function, just like the rest of the NPCs, I'm pretty sure, but it's going to be neat to get those package rewards back from the vendors and actually look at the gear that we are going to be able to get from these factions. Now, Bungie also gave us a quick sneak peek and some screenshots of what the Dead Orbit gear is going to look like, and guys, I have to say, it is pretty wicked looking. I'm very anxious to jump in and actually get some of this stuff. They also gave us a quick sneak peek of the icons of the gear that you're going to be able to get specifically from Dead Orbit, and it looks absolutely amazing. Very cool stuff. I can't wait for this to actually hit in-game. And next up, we have the quick screenshot from FWC, and again, it looks absolutely amazing. I have not been the biggest fan of FWC, but it does look very cool. And we've also got the snippet of all the icons that you'll be able to receive. Now, they are just icons, but it kind of gives you an overall view of what FWC is really going to look like when you get those packages. And last but not least, we've got the screenshot from New Monarchy, and it looks wicked. I really like the way it looks. I've also dropped the quick screenshot of the icons and all the gear they're going to be able to get from New Monarchy as well. It all looks great and fantastic. I can't wait for this stuff to actually hit in game. In addition to all the gear that we have just seen, each faction will be offering a very special weapon as a reward to be sold if that faction emerges victorious for the rally. Everyone who pledged to the winning faction will be able to purchase it for 1,000 Glimmer. Seems kind of pricey, but anyone who did not pledge can still get this weapon, but they are going to have to pay a much higher price, and that price is 50,000 Glimmer. Now, here's what these weapons look like. First, we've got the Dead Orbit Scout Rifle. It looks very clean, very sleek. I really like the way the silencer looks. Next up, we have the Future War Cult Pulse Rifle, and this looks a lot like the Nurgle to me, so probably a faster fire rate, but it does look pretty sweet. And last up, we have got the New Monarchy Sidearm, which looks very simple, but it looks like a Suros weapon, and I'm curious to see what perks come with this sidearm, because there are some really decent sidearms in the game right now. Now, as far as earning the faction tokens that you can turn into those faction leaders, you are going to be able to earn those all the way up until 2 a.m. Pacific on October 3rd. Bungie is going to declare a winner later that day at 10 a.m. Pacific. So, good luck to everybody. I hope your faction wins. I'm curious to see which one you guys choose and what weapons actually drop from those faction packages once we're able to start dropping those tokens. It's going to be very exciting. I'm very pumped to see this finally in game. We've waited on the rally for a very long time, but I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. A comment down below is always appreciated. Let me know what faction you guys are actually going with. A like and subscription is definitely appreciated because it helps the channel grow. But guys, that wraps up today's newsletter and all the updates that we've got going and the faction rally I'm sure everybody is pumped for. But you guys stay awesome, and I will see you next time.